Hello and welcome back to another edition of Viper Bites, and we are going to continue on with our Dynasty Mustache series. Now, obviously, you can see here on the overlay right over here, I'm going to talk about Russell Gage, and your first reaction is going to be, why am I talking about a 26-year-old wide receiver as a must-stash player? But before we dive into that, take a second, give me a good old-fashioned thumbs up there. It's right there. It's right there. Literally just hit that button. Hit that subscribe button while you're out there. Support us. I love it. Thank you very much. Now, again, why am I talking about a 26-year-old player here as a Dynasty stash? We should be talking about 21, 22-year-olds, first or second year players, guys that you want to try and get there before anyone else. Well, here's where I'm going to talk about the LSU grad here, the 6th round pick back in 2018, 6 foot, 184 pound wide receiver, currently residing in the South with the Atlanta Falcons. Now, hey, want to talk about stats? LSU, nothing spectacular. 21 catches, 347 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's his best season in college. So far in the National Football League, 193 receptions, 2,065 yards, 9 touchdowns. Okay, I see where you're going here a little bit. Listen, the last 3 seasons, 187 receptions, 2,002 yards, 9 touchdowns, heading into his free agency campaign, his offseason right here, looking to secure that bag. And guess what? You don't have to look very far to find another player with a very similar trajectory at the wide receiver position. And I'm going to reference one, Bobby Trees, Mr. Robert Woods. Now, Robert Woods, he spent some time there with the Buffalo Bills. Man, those Buffalo Bills teams had some pretty good wide receivers before that all kind of fell apart. Now, in the 3 seasons before Robert Woods became an LA Ram, 163 receptions, 1,864 yards, 9 touchdowns. Now, I certainly can see another big season coming for Russell Gage. And when I look at the two of them here, Robert Woods, his first season with the Los Angeles Rams was a 56-catch, 781-yard season. We have already seen that from Russell Gage. He has already accomplished that. He has hit multiple 700-yard seasons here. Now, for Robert Woods, the next 3 seasons in LA, this is what gets me excited about Russell Gage's potential. This is why he is a stash right now. Robert Woods, next 3 years, 266 receptions, 3,289 yards, 14 touchdowns. Now, when Woods came over from the Bills to the Rams, only the Rams saw the potential for Robert Woods and how well he fit in with that offense. Now, whether Gage remains with the Falcons, that's to be seen. We know they're tight with the cap, but it's a good fit. Atlanta is a really good fit for Russell Gage. Now, maybe they can make the dollars and cents kind of work out. I don't know how it's going to go. But hey, Russell Gage, we've seen him step up when Calvin Ridley wasn't available. And in 2021, Ridley, he missed all but 5 games. Gage produced 770 yards, 66 receptions, 94 targets while battling injuries himself. Instead of playing 17 games, he played 14 games last year. Okay. The season before, 2020, 16 games. Okay. He saw 109 targets. He hauled in 72 passes for 786 yards and another 4 touchdowns. Now, look, there was competition for targets even in 2020. Both Ridley, he was there. He was getting his 143 targets, his 1,374 yards. And Julio Jones, when he was healthy, which was 11 games, he saw 68 targets himself, producing 771. In 2021, it was Ridley who missed time. We talked about that. 5 games is all he was able to play this year. And one young Kyle Pitts, he came out of that rookie class balling out. Okay. You know what? This Kyle Pitts is the guy who made Julio Jones expendable this season. He hauled in 86 of his 110 targets, 1,026 receiving yards for Kyle Pitts. And yet, Russell Gage in those 14 games still was able to accumulate over 700 receiving yards. How did he do that? Well, look, throughout Gage's career, he has been dependable. 67% of the passes thrown his way, he has caught, including 70.2% in 2021, while averaging 10.7 yards per reception over his first 4 seasons with the Atlanta Falcons. Now this, okay, I was excited before, just kind of referencing Robert Woods and Russell Gage and that career arc for both of them. But here, look, from weeks 9 to 18, the back half of the season, that's 10 games. Russell Gage had 79 targets, 57 receptions, 675 yards. If you want to look at this from a fantasy standpoint, which I know you want to, Gage averaged 13.9 fantasy points per game over that period of time. And over that period of time, he finished as a wide receiver 14. Wide receiver 14 with 138.5 fantasy points. And this is something we are not talking nearly enough about right now. We're talking about all the big studs here. You can talk about the A.J. Browns, Devontae Adams, all Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp. Yeah, they're all fantastic wide receivers. But let's give Russell Gage his due. Wide receiver 14 over the last 10 games of the season, heading into your free agency period. Yeah, that's going to earn you some money, and that's going to give you some more looks moving forward. Now, Gage, he may not be what you would consider a true number one. He's not in that mold of the Julio Jones. He's not in that mold of the wide receivers that we just spoke of. But I like the potential that he has, especially if he's playing alongside another alpha type pass catcher. Julio Jones, Kelvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts, he has performed with them and he's performed without them. I believe he has that wide receiver production. It can be had when we are talking about Russell Gage. Whew, yeah. Now, Atlanta, they are going to do everything in their power to re-sign him. And hey, if they move on from Kelvin Ridley here in this offseason, there could be some additional funds kind of pushed towards Russell Gage's way here. And in my opinion, that sets him up very nicely opposite of Kyle Pitts. I don't think Russell Gage has anything less than 1,000 yards if he's healthy. Yeah, you heard me right. Russell Gage is almost a guaranteed 1,000-yard receiver if he is healthy in 2022. I don't think we've seen the best of Russell Gage yet. We've seen a couple 700-yard seasons, but here I think 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns is definitely in the realm of possibilities for Russell Gage next season. If he can stay healthy, the production, it will follow. I promise you that much. Now, hey, you want to get more fantasy advice? You want more fantasy information? Head over to fantasypoints.com. And if you're watching this before the Super Bowl, there's an opportunity to get 30% off your subscription today. Head over there. Tell Matt sent you. Trust me, you will definitely appreciate everything you get there. The best bang for your buck in all fantasy football subscriptions. Again, hey, if you're still watching, what are you waiting for? Hit that like button. It's right there. And of course, hit that subscription button. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time with some more Dynasty mustaches.